Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam, Kapash, and Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Got this article here, okay, or this tweet, right? And it's from Bernie's tweet. This is farmers, multi-millionaire, and private jet setting John Kerry declares war on farmers, saying farms could be confiscated by the government to save the planet. And they got this screenshot here, right? John Kerry declares war on U.S. farmers. Government farm confiscation is not off the table, right? And and this video is basically on the fact that these Edomites, these elites of Esau, man, they're not gonna stop until they've taken everything, man. But they already have enough, right? And they're gonna use whatever excuse they need to take everything from everybody, right? Because they're the wicked, man. Okay, until you're living what's that, hand to mouth, at the whim of these elites, of their governments, man. That's what Esau's preparing, even though he's got more than enough for himself. But he doesn't want to see anybody with anything, man. And this is what this whole World Economic Forum was all about. It ain't about saving the planet, right? Well, it's interesting, right? As because the guy's name that supposedly did this article is Baxter Dimitri, right? And someone, and this is why the internet's full of confusion, man. This whole world is full of confusion. What's true, what's not true, what's fake and what's not fake. Like, nobody knows what the hell is going on, man. It's just constant arguments back and forth, and they can't discern anything. They don't know if anything's really real anymore, right? But like I was saying, you got the guy it's Baxter Dimitri, and you got someone counter posting fake social media, right? I don't know where he got this from. So it's like, where's any of these sources coming from? Because there's a website on there that's talking about fake news, and they list a couple articles and a couple of names. Right, this guy's name pops up a lot. Right, so you'd think, oh yeah, can't trust this guy. He talking smack all the time. Always talking bear shit. Right, so you can't listen to that dude. Well, that's what that guy's saying there, right? There's just so much confusion online, man. It's unreal, man. But okay, but we've got another article here, right? From the Fox News, not to say they're fucking credible either. This is the madness of the whole situation. But even they've got it out in their news, right? And wordings and whatever, will come to that. But here in Fox News tells you John Kerry targets agriculture as part of climate crusade. They have an agenda, right? And it's most likely true. Yeah, they'll confiscate land if they have to. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. You know what I'm saying? With these devils, right? So yeah, all of that is it's a whole bunch of confusion put online, man, and you really have to kind of just know this devil. You have to know this devil to really know what he's doing, man. And we know this devil, man. Okay, we know this devil. Right, the scriptures knows this devil, man. And some people are just hoping for the best that this guy is not like this, man, but he is like this. Okay, he is the devil incarnate. Right, but let me read some of this article, right? From Thomas Catanasi from Fox News, right? So says Special President Envoy for Climate John Kerry warned Wednesday that the world can't tackle climate change without first addressing the agriculture section's emissions. So it's a big problem, right? Otherwise, we're all going to die, right? It says Kerry limited the agriculture production alone creates 33% of the world's total greenhouse gas emissions, arguing that reducing those emissions must be the front and center in the quest to defeat global warming. During remarks Wednesday morning at the Department of Agriculture Aim for Climate Summit, the former Secretary of State also touted so-called climate smart agriculture as a potential solution. A lot of people have no clue that agriculture contributes about 33% of all emissions of the world. They don't know it. And so you could just say anything. You literally can say anything at this point because people don't know anything. Right? So you're gonna have a bunch of scientists back you up, and we did a study, and no one knows, right? So you're gonna listen to these scientists, you're gonna listen to these paid scientists, and corporate scientists or whatever, and you're just gonna push an agenda. No one fucking knows, right? You know, and I say, knowing this devil, right? This guy, for a living, for his whole existence, has gone around and stole people's lands. So it's not out of the question that my guy would confiscate lands if he has to. You know what I'm saying? It's no, it would be no surprise. But anyway, so a lot of people have no clue that agriculture contributes to about 33% of all emissions of the world. He said during keynote address, we can't get to net zero. We can't get to net zero because they want to get to net zero, right? We don't get this job done unless agriculture is front and center as part of the solution. So all of us understand here the depths of this mission. Food systems themselves contribute a significant amount of emissions. And by the way, I don't know if you saw in the previous image, Mr. William Gates is there, right? Right, and he's talking about food systems, right? There's too much people on the planet, too much strain on the food systems, right? Ideally, right, as they would put it, they would like to lower the population or have the population lower, right? Ideally, right, not as he put it, but as they said, because they can control that number, right, for the CO2 and all that kind of stuff, right? It's all part of the same thing, you know. It's just hidden in these different fucking agendas, man. You know, these guys are on Georgia Guidestone settings, man. Right? It says food systems themselves contribute a significant amount of emissions just in the way in which we do things, in which we do the things we've been doing. He continued, with a growing population on the planet, we just crossed the threshold of 8 billion fellow citizens around the world. Emissions for the food system alone are projected to cause another half a degree of warming by mid-century. Ooh. Kerry added that lives depend on world leaders and scientists developing the tools necessary to lower agricultural emissions. Overall, the global food system, which includes land use, change, actual agricultural production, packaging, and waste management, generates about 18 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. Well, let's talk about the military-industrial complex, about how much they waste and pollute the earth. Yeah, maybe you need to downsize your army. How about that, huh? No, you ain't gonna do that though, is it? No, that's too vital. That's too important because you gotta have your hegemony, right? Okay. So so the equivalent of 34% of total worldwide emissions, according to a March 2021 study published in the Nature Food Journal. In the US, though, agriculture alone generates about 10% of total greenhouse gas emissions. Federal data showed. All right, let's see if we got anything else interesting in here. All right, no, that's pretty much it, right? So they're coming for you. They're coming for your lands. They're coming for everything that you own because they're not happy with it in your possession. They want it in their position and they want to deal with it how they want to deal with it. And so I'm gonna get this in Psalm 73, verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." Right, the wicked prosper in this world, as the scripture tells you, man. These elites are the wicked. They're the ones prospering in this world. They're the ones telling you what to do, how to do it. Right. So here, for there are no bands in the death, but their strength is firm. Power stays with the elites, stays with the rich, stays with these Edomites, right? And those that stay close with them. Okay, the power stays up. Okay, so they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, right? So they're living okay, they're living good, man. But you, the people, got to make all the sacrifices for their agendas. So therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Esau all about that violence. So their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. I said Esau got damn near everything already, man. He got more than he needs. And yet he wants to take more, and he's asking you to give up more. And he's not really asking. He's going to do it anyway. He don't care if you're on board or not. He's going to take from you. He's going to take more from you, and he's going to get fatter off that. Right? And he's gonna, his pride is gonna increase. Right? So they are corrupt. Yeah, all these elites are corrupt. These leaders, these politicians or whatever, they're corrupt. And speak wickedly concerning oppression, because what they're talking about is really oppression. You've got to reduce this, you've got to reduce that, you can't use this no more, you can't go here no more. You can't buy this no more. We want you to eat bugs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't eat meat no more. You gotta eat this fake meat shit. You know, they really talking about oppression, right? And so they speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They speak proudly. Oh, it's for the good of the, you know, they feel so noble about what it is that they're doing. But you know, they ain't got to cut back on nothing. They ain't got to cut back on their fancy boats and their jets, and you know, they can eat real meat. You know what I'm saying? They can do all of this stuff, and they're still gonna do all this stuff afterwards, right? But they're gonna take from you, everybody else, all right? They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, all right? So, like I said, Esau, you know, he ain't gonna be happy until he got everything, and even then, you know, he ain't gonna be happy, right? It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5 says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. So his desire is as hell, man, right? The ground, and it says, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Okay, it's like a bottomless fucking hole that he can't fill, right? He just wants, and takes, and he don't care what he got to do to do it. And a lot of people end up dead in that process, man. Because this guy, he's the sword of the earth. He's the wicked of the earth, and that is his blessing, and that is how he's gone around the earth living. Okay, by the sword. Okay. So then cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Is this not a global world economic forum? Is not the WHO a world, organization? All these things all these organizations that are talking are world and global this, and world this and global that. And these devils, Kerry and Gates and all these dudes, man, they're the ones, all a part of it, all up in it, telling you how you're gonna live your lives, man. Pulling strings, and even though these are not the top tier devils, but these are the guys that are being used, but they're the ones constructing how life is going to be for you, as they want to see it, right? As they see fit, right? So he heapeth unto himself all people. He's getting everybody on board with this, man. This is what everyone's going to have to do, because we've all got to save the planet. They ain't got to do shit. They ain't got to do shit. They ain't gonna do shit. What they're gonna do is throw money at it, because they got more than, they ain't nothing to them. Throwing money at this ain't nothing to them, because everything belongs to them anyway. Getting money just gets returned in another form, somewhere or other, man. It's you have to sacrifice, right? This is Micah chapter 2 verse 2. It says, I'll start from 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right? All these agendas, man, they're plotting and they're scheming, man, getting together and changing the course of the world, man. That's what they're into, man. Devising wickedness, right? So when the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. They have the power, they have the influence, they have the money, right? They got the know-how, got the scientists and that, right? Got them all getting paid in the lab somewhere, designing, creating some shit for them, Verse 2, and they covet fields. Oh, hold on. They covet fields. That's what the wicked do. They covet fields. They steal fields, take land that don't belong to them, right? Same with these farmers, right? These men are prepared to do that, for real. They are. Whether he said it directly or not directly, or what the fuck, man, it doesn't matter. They are prepared to do it. And yeah, we know about the Americans and the guns, and then they're gonna have resistance and all that kind of. Yeah, we know about that. You Americans, you'd rather die than all this stuff. But at the end of the day, man, they're gonna come for it. So yeah, you better you better be ready. This is so they covet fields and take them by violence, right? Yeah, they're gonna come with the violence, man. They got the resources, man. Okay, these federal agencies and whatever, the police forces and whatever, man, they ain't been stocking up on military weaponry for no fucking reason, man. The police forces got military grade weapons, man. Why? They're preparing for that day, right? So they take them away, so and take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. All right, they're about oppression. Read it before. This is Sirach chapter 17. It says, "What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? What peace between the rich and the poor?" Esau despises everybody, right? He, even his own people, right? It's not really a race thing for him, unless it's really concerning us. It's because he hates the Israelites, all of us, right? More than anybody, right? But in general, like it's classism. The elites of Esau they see themselves as better, and everybody beneath, right? First by race, but then by class. So, you know, beginning with these Amalekites, right? So they despise all these, man. They call these people bottom feeders or uh, uh, cattle, man. And they don't care about destroying their own people to get their agenda, get their agendas fulfilled. They don't care stealing from their own people. You're useless to them anyway. You're not important to them. All right. So what peace between the rich and the poor, right? So they're super rich, and everybody else is just super poor, and that's been the way the way it's been. So as the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. Right. So yeah, he's still going out for all those that don't have the power, the means to withstand. Your prey as far as Esau's concerned, man. You're a sacrifice for his new world order. All of you, anybody, right? That's not them. It's Genesis chapter 47, right? Because like I say, he's gonna take everything till you have nothing, and ultimately he wants you, and then he's gonna have power over you to do with whatever he wants to do with you, man. Right? So here's I brought this out quite a lot of late, but Genesis 47 goes into the famine of Egypt, man, and how the people gave up all their belongings just so they could eat. Right? So Genesis 47 verse 18, it says, "When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, We will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent. My Lord also have our herds of cattle. There is aught left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants." He wants you in supreme servitude, man. You already, a bunch of lemmings now serving in his system, but he wants direct control of everything that you do, everything that you produce, including the air that you produce, or the CO2 that you're producing, right? You want to monitor all of that, what you're eating, how much power you're using, how much you're shitting, how far you're walking, all this stuff. Esau wants to micromanage you. Right now, he's not able to micromanage you. But as soon as you get the C-HIP, the MOTB, he can micromanage you, man. And he can have AIs running your life for fucking forever. You know what I'm saying? He'll manage you. Right? It says, "Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live." So you'll be like, "Oh, well, he's keeping us alive. He's giving us bread because there's great trouble going to come upon the earth, man." Right? And Esau's going to be, come in like, the pseudo savior that he is, and offer you a choice. Take this C-HIP and get this bread, right? Get this food, get this medication, get this water, and that's, now you've accepted this new system. That's it. You've accepted it, and because this system ain't gonna go away. That's your new normal. If you ever notice that all these new normals keep coming in, man, everything's starting to change, right? The new normals are always moving. Goalposts are always moving, man. New normal this, new normal that. Don't expect these older days. Those older days are gone. The good old days is gone, if there is such a thing. Okay, there's already the new system that's coming in place, man, and you're gonna get moved straight into it. All right. It says, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the sold his field. Some might say, yeah, well, I know some some of them being bought out. I know Mr. Gates has been buying land and farmland or whatever, and so some of these guys have been selling up because these certain farmers are finding it extremely difficult to make profit, make money to survive themselves. It's not worth it anymore, so they've sold up land, right? Uh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. Right, so you're going to become these elites. You're going to be, put yourself in a deeper form of slavery to these elites, right? And this is from Exodus chapter 21, verse 6. It says, this is a law that we have in Israel, right? About a servant, right? I'm just gonna get the point. You can read into it, but let me get here from verse 5, 21 verse 5 says, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, because in this scenario, the wife and the children really belong to the master because they were given to him in his servitude. So really they belong to the master, right? The same in this world, everything belongs to Esau. So anything that you got is really Esau's. All right. And which you can kind of encapsulate it as this world, right? Everything in this world is Esau. So you want to be a part of this world, you want to be part of this system. Guess what? You're gonna have to, be on board with the MOTB and this new system, because everybody else is gonna be a part of it. And there ain't gonna be anything outside it, man, because it's all gonna get put to death, or whatever, right? This is And if a servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Right? And this awl that is going to be put in you is going to be in the form of this sea hip, right? Which is going to be put into your right hand or your forehead. And you're going to serve him forever. Right? You're committing yourself to this master. Right? And that is what he's going to cause you to do concerning him when you take that sea hip. You're going to commit yourself to be, his servant, man. Right? But we've been given straight direction, straight commandment not to take that mark. Okay? Because we're to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Anybody that takes that mark or receives that mark is going to be destroyed. Right? It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Okay, which is the system, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, that didn't want to be a part of the system, didn't want to bow down to it, don't want to be in, don't want any part of it, right? That as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? That's the option you're gonna have. You can stay out there and starve and fend for yourself, or be killed, or you can sign up and get this sea hip, and you can get your daily rations, your daily bread, right? You can get your daily rations from us, or weekly rations, where however they work it, right? And you can be sustained and protected. But if you don't want no part of the system, guess what? You can starve or be put to death, right? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, all right, global affair, world affair. I say you got all these world and global bodies, forcing all these agendas on the people, right? Esau's scope is global, because he is in charge of the earth. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, Esau is ruling in this time. Esau is the end of the world, right? So he's ruling in this time. He's the one making all these fucking decisions for everybody, right? He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? Like I said, he gonna take everything. He gonna take everything, man. Right? And this is Psalms 55, verse 21. We'll close out with this, right? It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? So all these, global economic forums and all this kind of stuff, right? They're all here touting how this is good, because we're gonna save the planet. Our children's children or whatever, they're gonna be able to grow up in a planet that's not going crazy or whatever, right? So they say. right? So all these things, that, they're trying to help, trying to do what's best, for life on Earth going forward, right? But these guys are just the fucking devil, man. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that at all, man. Okay, it's just a method of asserting control over you. All right, so his words are smooth, they sound good, that he's trying to help and do the right thing, right? But it says, but war is in his heart. Okay, he's taking an offensive against the people, man. Right? We are locked in a spiritual warfare. These people just don't get. They don't understand, man. And that's why they're losing. That's why they're gonna lose. Right? But we of the hopeful elect, man, we ain't gonna lose, man. Right? Because we know we're privy, man. We're not gonna be deceived. The elect shan't be deceived. Right? Satan can't deceive the elect. No matter what's going down. Okay, we're gonna maintain our trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and be delivered, Lord willing. Alright? So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Right? So none of these things that these guys are talking about ain't nothing good for nobody. Only for these devils. Right? Because like I said, they want everything. Okay, and they won't stop. Okay, they won't stop until they get it all. Yeah, and then Esau set his eyes on something else. The magpie that he is. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Lord, when this is edifying, Lord, when I catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.